And basically asked about something that the scholars spoke about it, the earlier scholars, which is taking the life of an animal which is suffering. We all understand that when it comes to humans, taking the life of a human, even taking the life of the person himself or herself due to suffering, is called suicide, and this is absolutely prohibited. And one has to be patient and go through the treatment, etc. But as far as animal, especially when we see the animal is suffering. And the other option, as he said, is to pay a lot of money, which I cannot afford, in order to treat the animal, whether it's a horse, a dog, or a cat, or wild or tamed animals. The scholars said it might be merciful to take their life, but who makes the decision? This is some of the scholars who permitted that, not all. Based on what? Based on the fact that this is a disease, it won't be cured by itself. Or if the doctor, for instance, looked at the cat and said it's just a matter of time, it's dying, it's dying. But if it is a little injury or something that an expert would figure out that for wild animals, it will be recovered by itself, it will be treated by itself over time, then you are not blameworthy, you don't worry about it at all. So if it was me and I know that there is an animal clinic, I may take the cat to the animal clinic, and the specialist would decide whether to take its life or to treat it. But I'm not required to pay any money for the treatment of the cat. If you do that, Jazakillahu khairan, may Allah bless you. You will definitely be rewarded for that. A lot of people do not understand how much Islam appreciated animals and the life of animals. Even the hadith which is mentioned in this regard is pertaining a dog. We all know as Muslims, a dog in Islam is an animal that's not welcome in our houses because it is dirty. And its saliva, if it comes in contact with our bodies or utensils or clothes, it has to be washed and several times, and it's called impurity or najasa. Yet, the hadith in this regard should be written with gold, not with ink. The Prophet ﷺ said there was a woman who was in prostitution business. She was in the middle of nowhere, in the desert. She found a water well. She grabbed a drink, and afterward she noticed that there was a dog who was licking the sand, trying to find any source of moist or water. So she said to herself, you know what, the dog must be as thirsty as I was. She couldn't find any cup or vessel or container to put water in it. So she took her shoe off. She filled it with water and offered it to the dog. The Prophet ﷺ said that Allah had forgiven all her sins, the prostitution and otherwise. And she entered Al-Jannah, forgiving the stray dog which was thirsty, the drink. In another narration with a man, and the Prophet ﷺ, on the other hand, mentioned a hadith pertaining a woman who entered the fire of hell, or she was due to enter the fire of hell for a little kitten. She imprisoned the kitten. She neither fed it nor let it go outside to eat from the provision of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if you have an access to take the animal to an animal clinic, or if you have extra money to spend on it, fine, and you will be rewarded for that. If not, then you're not required to do any of the above, and it will be sufficient to, if you can even find an animal clinic, put it on the side of the road, and may Allah have mercy on the animal and on us as well.